back to my channel. My name is Mariah. If this is your first time here, thank you. Please stick around. I'm excited to share what I've got with you guys today. So I have been addicted to travel probably for as long as I can remember. I used to do a lot of sports when I was growing up, and so because of that I got to do a lot of traveling, and I just knew that I always wanted to do it. And so now that I'm in a position where I've consistently been traveling for like months at a time for the last few years, and I've been maintaining my health through that entire time, I figured it was time for me to share that with you guys and share how I'm doing it. So really I have 4 main tips today and 4 main things that I'm going to cover, and these are my biggest things that I focus on when I'm traveling and also while I'm at home. But I think this is going to make like the world of difference for all of you out there who are digital nomads and expats and just people who have like very unpredictable schedules and very unpredictable geographic locations. I get it. I feel your pain. I know it's a struggle sometimes. So let me help you out. So my very first thing that I want to go over is really choose your priority. So make sure that whatever it is that you're, wanting to focus on, you make it a priority. So, I think for me, it was always easier to just focus on one thing at a time rather than trying to say, okay, even while I'm traveling, I'm going to keep working out every day. I'm going to keep eating healthy for every single meal. I'm going to keep reading every single day. Like, rather than trying to do everything, I just picked one, and, I would make that one thing my focus for that trip. So at first, I started focusing on just making sure that I could continue eating healthy every day, even if I wasn't working out as often, because I know for me personally, I've found that my nutrition plays a way bigger part in how I feel, my mood, my emotions, how my body looks than exercising. And so that is what I chose for my priority. And then as that got easier and I didn't really have to think so much about that, I started adding in exercise. And then I prioritized exercise on a different trip. So hopefully that makes sense. Just kind of choose what you think is going to be either the easiest for you to start with or maybe the most difficult for you to start with, and that way you can just start getting into the routine. So first, choose what it is that you want to focus on. Are you focusing on movement? Are you focusing on your food? Are you focusing on your mind? Are you focusing on your emotions, your breath? What is it about your health that you want to focus on while you're traveling? Get that in mind. So now, schedule or squeeze it in. So that's my second little part of this, is either schedule it in, schedule a time where every single day while you're traveling, you'll be able to do this. So for me, it's usually the first hour that I get up. I purposely do not book any calls until about 8 a.m. is kind of my earliest right now. By the way, I'm currently in Bali. I'm originally from the US and I was in Australia for about a month and a half. We've been in Bali for just under a month, and then we're going back to Australia in about a week. So yeah, I really prioritize that morning time for just me, and I get, some breath work in, I do some yoga, I do some movement, I get some quiet time in, because I know that once I turn my phone off airplane mode, shit's gonna get crazy, and I have a bunch of messages coming in because what I do for business is helping people online. So, I'm always just available for people. So when I take that time to really focus on me before anyone else, it makes the world of a difference. And also, I know that I'm not booking anything in at that time, unless it's absolutely necessary, which hasn't happened yet. So we're good. So yeah, if you can't schedule it in and you're like, well, my schedule's going to be totally different every day, I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, squeeze it in somewhere. So if you catch yourself just sitting on your phone scrolling, or just walking around taking pictures, or wanting to take a nap, instead of doing that, maybe just look at what you can do. Like if you're prioritizing movement, can you just go on a quick 20-minute walk? Can you do some yoga for a little bit? Can you sneak away and do something? How can you fit your priorities in to the time that you do have? Whether that, like I said, is yoga or reading a book, doing breath work, getting some movement in, maybe going to the grocery store so you can have a healthy meal later or healthy snacks throughout the day. So the third thing that is one of my biggest priorities all the time, no matter whether I'm traveling or not, but it's actually my food choices. So this might sound really obvious, but when you're going out to eat at restaurants, and even when you're, making food, I like doing Airbnb when I travel because I can actually make what I'm eating and I don't have to rely on a restaurant having things that are gonna make me feel good, because, it's one thing to be able to go out and enjoy a meal, but it's another thing to not feel like shit afterwards. So that's something I prioritize because I really don't like going out to eat and then feeling like crap afterwards. So the food choices that you can make, really just take a look at what kind of food options will give you just the best feeling. Okay, now I know that might sound super weird and confusing and like, what does that even mean? So when you eat certain foods, you know, when you drink dairy, when you have gluten, when you have soy, you know, what happens in your body? Does your digestion slow down? Does it get your stomach kind of gurgly? Does it give you a headache? Does it, you know, I don't know, make you gassy? What else? Like, there's a lot of different things that we think are just normal. Like, oh yeah, after you eat, you get sleepy. Like, no, after you eat, you get sleepy. That means something you're eating is not agreeing with your body and is making you sleepy, or you ate way too much, you know? So paying attention to your body in that way, and then recognizing what foods make you feel that way. So for me, when I go out to eat, I try to just see what I can order that has the most amount of vegetables in it that is also going to taste good. So I never get a salad when I go out unless I'm like, this is going to be the salad to die for. Like, if I never ate anything else again, I would be happy I ate this salad, because I don't like to go out and be like, okay, what can I eat that's healthy? I like to go out and be like, what can I eat that I would never make at home? Okay? So going out with that mindset, because I know when you're traveling, a lot of times you're eating out, rather than going out and thinking, okay, I can only have X, Y, and Z, you know, I can only have vegetables, I can only have vegan menu, whatever, you know, whatever restrictions you're putting on yourself. Try to lift that and just say, okay, I want to have fun with this, but how can I have this mac and cheese that I want? How can I make that as healthy as possible? So maybe go ahead, get the mac and cheese, but instead of getting the full-size mac and cheese, maybe get like a side of mac and cheese and get something else that has like protein and carbs and vegetables with it as well, if that makes sense. So just try and be aware of how you're eating rather than making really strict rules for yourself, because that's going to make you want to rebel really hard. Something else that I do is I have dessert with every single meal. Well, not every meal, with every day. Every day I have dessert. So sometimes that's like a smoothie, sometimes it's fruit, sometimes I go all out and it's like the big giant lava cake, sometimes it's a brownie with ice cream, but even there, I make sure that it's gonna make me feel good. So I get the gluten-free brownie because I know it's not gonna make me gassy. I get the coconut ice cream because I know it's not gonna make me break out and gassy if it was regular milk. So like I said, just kind of look at menus and think, okay, how can I make this healthier? So even if it is something, you know, that isn't gonna make you feel great, how can you just change it a little bit to make it healthier for you? Whether that's adding a side or changing one of the ingredients or saying, you know, actually let's not put cheese on this today. It doesn't really matter if it's something big or small, just start recognizing those little things so that you can change them. And then the last thing that I have to share with you guys today is look into movement options. So of course, just eating super duper clean and healthy while you're traveling isn't gonna make like a mammoth of a difference. It is, but if you're not moving the entire time, if you're just sitting there, which would be terrible, because if you're not moving, I'm guessing you're not going out and sightseeing and exploring all the beautiful places around. But, you know, find ways that you can move that you're going to enjoy. Again, do you like doing yoga? Do you like going to yoga classes? So right now I'm currently in Ubud, and this is like yoga central. So we've been going to classes here and meeting new people, doing new experiences, trying different things, and it's been really, really fun. The other thing is that we've actually looked into, this has been everywhere we've been so far actually, we've looked into gyms. So we're just getting day passes right now, or week passes. So at a couple places we got a week pass because we knew we were gonna be there for a while. And then at other places we're just doing day passes because we're like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And here in Ubud, it was like $3, I think, for a day pass the other day, which is amazing. In the US, it's like 10, 12. In Australia, it's like $20 for a day pass, which is insane. But it's just, you know, find what's gonna work for you. Something that I actually did last year for 4 months when I was traveling Australia, I didn't get a single gym pass the whole time. I actually downloaded an ebook, and if you're curious, it was from Sarah's Day. It was her first ebook, where you don't need any equipment, you don't need anything, it's just bodyweight workouts, and it was freaking hard, I tell you. Like, it really, really was. So that was what I did for 4 whole months, and honestly, I got way more tone from that than I have been from like weights and stuff in a really long time. So yeah, you know, if like depending on where you are, like maybe YouTube videos or something that you want to incorporate into your daily routine, you know, not yoga, YouTube like workouts recorded that you can do with it, maybe YouTube yoga routines, maybe going out and doing yoga somewhere, maybe just going out and going on a walk somewhere, maybe doing your own ebook workouts, you know, whatever it is, just find ways that are going to work for you. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys and making sure that this is actually helpful for you. So please let me know if you have any questions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it really, really helps. And I'll chat with you guys